something. This was a while back. I forget which filming it was, but you said something that was really good. I've heard it before, but when you said it, it kind of reminded me, and I thought it was really good. You were saying basically like, don't tell people about what you got cooking up until it's done. Like, don't let people know what you have going on until it actually manifests.
Move in silence.
Yeah, because some people would take your ideas, or some people would take whatever it is that you got cooking up,
Patent that-ish.
and then they would run with it, or try to make you feel like you can't do it.
Yeah.
Or try to,
that's like narcissism at its core. Oh, that's bad.
Or they just try to make you feel like
Yeah.
you less than that, like you can't accomplish that. You know what I mean? Because they know they can't do it.
Yeah.
They don't want to see you. They don't want to see you move ahead.
Yeah.
So it's always good to keep whatever it is that you got cooking up. Just keep it to yourself. Just leave it in the oven until you're ready to serve it.
Yeah.
And when you're ready to serve it, listen,
ready.
it's gonna be smelling so good. Everybody gonna want a piece. You know what I mean? So
Yes.
it's really good to just hold it to yourself until it actually manifests.
I agree. I agree. I love that.
I heard when you said that the last time. I thought that was solid. Like just
I appreciate that.
let it go ahead and let it just be in that oven until the timer goes off. And
Yes.
the timer goes off, you bring it on out, and you listen. They gonna smell it. They gonna smell it.
Look at this. We're on a roll with these play on words right now. I love that as well. How
Yeah.
you said that. Yeah, I was gonna say something else too, but I forgot. But yeah. Move in silence. Just move in silence, because sometimes when you're overly happy and stuff like that, it's not just the people that's envious and stuff like that. It's just your stuff won't work. It won't end up happening anymore. Like, or you missed that chance, or you didn't, but you have to go a different route now because you messed up, because you're telling on yourself. You're giving your energy away by telling. That's a form of giving your energy away. Giving that person too much information. For what? Because what benefit is to them what I ate?
And sometimes it may be, you may go and start talking so much about what you're doing, and then that person gets a hold of it, and he gives you his info, and you start to doubt yourself because you're worried about what he had to say and whatever, and it's getting you to start doubting yourself. So that's another good reason why you want to kind of hold on to that, because you don't want nobody else's opinion. Go with, once again, like we were talking about before, like go with your inside. Follow that. Let that be the one that you answer to. Let it be the one that you listen to, instead of versus listening to someone else.
Yeah.
So that's one of the things that you were saying earlier, and once again I thought was really solid. Just hold on to it, and don't worry about trying to share it with somebody else.
Yeah.
Just move in silence.
Yes, and
move
it's
in
good.
silence.
It's good to get advice and stuff like that. It's good to have different advices from other people in certain circumstances, but still, that's why you still have your own intuition and discernment yourself, because you recollect, you get all of that from other people, and then you could mix it up with yours, switch it up, remix it, and see if any of those picks resonates with you. With certain things, but really just you got to know thyself and know that the answers are within and nobody else. That's why it's and then it just really goes back to control too. I'm sorry, I think that if we learn the art of detachment, like I'm always going to say this and always going to say what I say about ego, like I just think it's so important, like not detach in a sense in a toxic way to where like your feelings, because you have to open your heart no matter how hurt you've gotten, which sucks, but you got to let your time to do its thing, to grieve and everything, but to also not control anything. I think that you should be like wu-wei and flow like water, but then there's a limit to that too. Like, don't let just anything freaking happen to you, but flow like water in a sense to where just let things happen. Or like the phrase, like if you want to keep seeing what someone like wants to do, let them be with what they'd rather do. I don't remember how that phrase is or whatever, but don't force anything. When you force stuff, that runs away from you. That energy
You'll be
has
rebellious to it.
it's like up, it's something that's self-explanatory that everybody knows. Like even with a dog, if you're in a room full of dogs and you can notice that some are like abused and stuff like that, and they have their tail in between their legs, when you go up to it, they're always going to run. But if you turn its back towards it and like focus on the dogs that do like you and do trust you, then they see that, they're going to be like, oh, well, maybe this person is freaking more trustworthy than I thought. They're going to come up to you and sniff you from behind. You know, you don't chase anything. You don't do desperate, because the universe doesn't respond to desperate. Source doesn't respond to desperate. It only understands yes and no. And he knows that as well. You know, there is no maybe and stuff like that. It's just worry about yourself, focus on yourself, and don't control anything. Just
I heard this phrase the other day. It says, I don't chase, I attract.
Yes.
And I think that was good.
Yes,
That's how we need to be.
Yes.
You don't need to chase it. Because it's coming to you anyway, you know? All you got to do is just allow it. And the only reason why it ain't coming to you because you're in the way. And we talked about that once before, just finding ways to actually get out your own way. You know, because
that's that ego. Yeah.
It doesn't. You don't have to run it down.
Yes.
It's already on its way. You done make the order already, and the order is on its way. The driver is on his way.
Yeah.
So you don't have to, run it down. Just patiently waiting. And that, you remember I was talking about on the last one is that when you actually in the yoga class, and at the end of the yoga class you have to just sit still and lay down, which is the last pose you have to do of the class, and you people just can't sit still. You just want to be up and going. You just can't, you can't wait.
Can you just sit still, or do you squirm?
No, I'm better. No, I'm definitely better than I was before. But I was one of those people, like, the class is over and why am I sitting here laying here? I'm ready to go on with the day. But you just couldn't sit still, like because that's the way that we've been programmed, like to be on the go and always to chase what we want.
Yes.
So
it's true.
Once again, it's not about chasing, it's attracting. So, but yeah.